Welcome to this BJJ trees tutorial on creating a system. In our previous video, we went over setting up an instructor account and setting up our academy so that we can receive payouts from BJJ trees. In this video, we're going to cover creating a system so that our students can actually access our content. The first thing you're going to want to do as an instructor once you've set up your academy page and you're ready to create a system is head on over to the Create a System tab. Once you're here, you're going to see one of two things. You're either going to need to verify your email address, or you're going to see this account or this Create a System wizard pop up here, and you'll be ready to create a system. You're going to see that you can enter a system title, system description, and some system images. So for this example here, I'm going to call it a leg lock system. I'll say that this is our Gorilla BJJ Academy leg lock system. In description, I'm going to leave this blank for now. You can always come back and edit it later. Then you're going to need some system images. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to upload some placeholder images. I'll upload the Gorilla BJJ Academy logos. I'm going to hit create a system here. Then I'm going to be redirected to the My Systems page. So there are two tabs here. There's the Create a System page, then there's the My Systems page. This is going to list all of your systems along with their status. So here I have the Gorilla BJJ Academy leg lock system. Its current status is saved, and then we can edit it or delete it. Other statuses include submitted and active. You're going to have to submit your system for approval before it becomes active and it's listed on the All Systems page. So I'm going to come on back to My Systems, I'll click Edit, and then you're going to see the wizard pop up here to create your own system. So what are we looking at here? On the left, we have a tree diagram, and on the right, we have a content window. So what I can do here is I can add new nodes, I can remove nodes. So let's go ahead, I can't remove the root node, but I can remove, say, this node down here. I can add more nodes, so on and so forth. I could say even remove this node. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look to build out a technique tree for this leg lock system. So for example, in this leg lock system, let's say I want to start from a standing position or a seated position. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and call this root node, for example, a leg lock system. Okay, in fact, I could even call it the Gorilla BJJ Academy leg lock system. Now, what I'm going to do down here is I'm going to add two nodes. I'm going to have one node to start from the seated position, and one node to start from the standing position. Then underneath each of these, I'm going to have different entries to leg lock positions. So in the seated position, I'm going to enter into a Z guard. Can also enter into a reverse de la Hiva. So hopefully now you can start to see how you can organize these techniques. So from Z guard, I can go ahead and branch down here, and I could do a saddle entry. From reverse de la Hiva, I can add a node down here, and maybe I'm going to enter into single leg X. Then from saddle, I have a whole bunch of different options. From single leg X, I have a whole bunch of different options. And you can really start to build out this tree diagram here. So for saddle, maybe I'm going to go ahead and attack an inside heel hook. And then maybe from single leg X, I'm going to go ahead and attack an outside heel hook. So this is all nice and dandy for the organization purposes, but how is this useful? Well, that's what this content view is used for here. So what I can do is I can select a node. So let's say that I select this outside heel hook node. I can upload content, and then I'm going to be able to select a video playback of the content with respect to this node. So I can upload a video all about the outside heel hook from single leg X, and it's going to populate here. So this is exactly what a student would see when they access your system. They're going to see a tree view on the left, and then the content to be displayed on the right. Now clearly this is no outside heel hook here, but we'll use this as an example. So as an instructor, how do I go about publishing my system? You can see that all the nodes that are white have content, all the nodes that are red do not have content. So you're going to want to go ahead and build out the tree any way that you'd like. But once you're done, how are we going to go about submitting it? Well, if you come on down here to the publishing section, you'll see two options. You'll see save for later and submit for review. So I can hit save for later, and then I can get redirected to the My Systems page, and you'll have the status of saved. Click on edit, and you'll see your tree and all your uploaded content. Okay. If you ever get too far away from your tree, you can always just reset the view. Now let's say I'm ready to submit. What's going to happen? What is the process for submitting a system? Well, all you got to do is click on submit for review, and then your status will switch to submitted, and then one of our admin will go into their admin console and review the system. If it looks all good and everything's populated and all of the techniques look correct, then we will publish it to the All Systems page where students can go and then view your system. Once a member of our admin team approves your system, it's going to appear in the latest systems portion of the home page. Then when a student subscribes and clicks on your system, they're going to be pulled into a view much like this. It'll display your academy logo, your system title, your academy, the description of your academy. They'll also be able to add or remove it from their favorites, and then they'll see a tree view with all of the content like this. So a student would be able to say, let's start at the root node, maybe we go to side control, maybe we're top side control, and we want to work on our Kimuras. It's going to load the content. I can click on play, and it's going to play the video in the content view here. This is going to be the essential workflow for an instructor when using BJJ trees. Once your system is public, all students will have access to it, and any student that subscribes using your referral code, you will receive a payout in the form of a monthly payout from BJJ trees based on their subscription value. So what if you wanted to edit a system? Well, if you go over to My Systems, you can click on Edit, and you can make any changes you would like to your system. Now, it's important to note that if you make a change to your system, then what's going to end up happening is you're going to hit Save for Later, and it's going to change the status to Saved. Or you can resubmit the system with the changes. It's important to note that after you save the modified system, it will be removed from the View All Systems page. You will have to resubmit and get another admin to approve your system for it to once again appear in the All Systems page. That's going to do it for this video on creating a system and publishing a system to BJJ trees. It's important to note also that students don't just have to use a computer to access BJJ trees. They can also head on over to bjjtrees.com on their phone, and they will also be able to access the content all the same. I figure the mobile experience is probably going to be the most common experience, and it is very similar to the web experience. They're going to have a tree, they're going to have a content view, and they're going to be able to access the system all the same.